We have new information now. Don't be surprised to see even more scams aimed at influencing the presidential vote here in Florida.
That's the word tonight from an independent watchdog group that's been keeping track of all of these things going on in our state. 10 News reporter Eric Glasser covering Hillsborough County tonight live at the Hillsborough Supervisor of Elections office. And Eric, they say those fake voter letters making their way around the state this week are just the latest trick.
Exactly, Reggie, and expect to see more of them as we approach Election Day. They say more elaborate, more sophisticated scams aimed at influencing the vote here in Florida and potentially the outcome of the presidential election.
This is uncalled for at all.
Gene Keel is a U.S. Navy veteran who proudly served our country and has been an active voter for more than 50 years. And in all that time,
Never seen anything like this before.
So when Keel became one of the phony letter recipients this past week, questioning his citizenship and his eligibility to legally vote, he was beside himself, angry, worried.
Where's my birth certificate? Where's my passport? You know, all this stuff that would verify your citizenship.
Our 29 electoral votes that we have in Florida have become so important that people are willing to do almost anything to win.
Yael Ossowski with the investigative journalism group FloridaWatchdog.org says the number of such scams is ramping up as the election gets closer. He recently published an article pointing out other incidents, including people falsely voting for others in Miami-Dade, robocalls in Pasco County intentionally giving Republican voters wrong information about early voting, and a group hired by the GOP that allegedly submitted hundreds of fraudulent registrations in Palm Beach County. So what are the chances that any one of these scams, or collectively, they could actually influence the outcome of the election? Well, Ossowski says think back to the year 2000 and how the entire thing came down to just over 500 votes.
I would say that there is some sort of effort, and it could tip the election.
Gene Keel hopes that won't be the case. This latest scheme, by the way, certainly won't end up influencing his vote. But Keel says he's still concerned about the sanctity of the electoral process, the very freedom he served his country for.
Don't mess with the elections. Let them be free and the way they were intended to be.
And the reason we know that Mr. Keel's vote won't be influenced by one of these letters that he received is because he says that he had actually cast his ballot before he got it. If you received one of these letters, remember, the investigators that are looking into this still want to hear from you. First, come to your Office of Elections, let them verify that it's a fake, and if so, they'll pass it on to the proper authorities. Reporting live tonight in Tampa Bay.